The trick, Tom, they said we've got all these jobs now. They said that income, level of income has risen, all that stuff, Mike Duggan and all of that. Yes, it has. But that's to the detriment of the people whose income will never rise because it's fixed. It's limited, you see? So, by them bringing in all of these Amazon employees and Google employees and all these people, making practically six-figure salaries, yes, of course your income level for the city is going to go up. So now when you talk about a low-income apartment, where it used to be 350 or 400 for a low income, now it's $500-$600 for the person who's still on that fixed income. But see, Mayor Duggan is not going to tell you that. He's just going to tout all of the wonderful things that's happening in Detroit. But you see, that's because you're bringing in people of another income level, of another social level, of another status completely. And you're not addressing what's happening to those who are still stuck at the bottom and paying more. Because, when you look at a city like this, you'll find a title loan company in the inner city, but you won't find it out in the suburbs. You can go, well, okay, I got to go and take Betty to the prom, and I don't have any money. So I'll take and pawn the title to my car. Or, I can't afford all that fancy furniture. So what I'm going to do, is that someone coming? But what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go to rent to own. This is how we stay in poverty, because that's all we've got, you see. Now, they've got that fancy restaurant in, I would just, let me say something like Livonia, fancy restaurant. So why is it that same person is selling all of that food that is spoiled in the inner city? See, this is the person, as I said before, where if you want to, you can go and rip off a box of Pampers. You rip off a box of Pampers, and you can go, I can take you in any store here. With cough syrup and with canned goods, and I can sell it to them. But now, they're not going to do that in Livonia. Same owner. Now, the problem is that the stuff is more expensive for us on a fixed income and a low income, and the cost of living for us is not rising. But we're being forced to pay more and more because Mayor Duggan is bringing in more wealthy people, more upper income people, and we're getting stuck. So you go to your apartment building and you think that you can find a place to stay, and they'll tell you, well, we only have 12 apartments for seniors and disabled, but we do have the low income here. How you gonna pay that? $600, $700. You can't pay it. Rent $500. You can't pay it. So where are you gonna live? You're gonna live in one of these drug dens that I live in, and most of us live in here in the city, because that's the only place that will accept us. So, basically, that's what got me motivated. And as I said before, Tom, you may not see me, you may not even hear from me again, because, as I said, I know I'm dying, and it's one of those slow, humiliating deaths where, you sometimes your arm flings up in the air and you don't know what's going on. Sometimes you got your coffee cup and all of a sudden it drops out and you say, wow. What
is it, some kind of neuropathy?
Oh, yeah. See, I've had 2 surgeries, 2 spinal surgeries, and you don't get better. You see the mast of a ship of a schooner. That's the way your spine is. You just remove just one, like Jingo. Just remove just one little vertebrae. and it may not bother you this year or next year, but then you're going to put stresses and pressures on other ligaments and other vertebrae, and they are all going to start one by one failing you. And then they're going to start growing things called bone spurs. And then they're going to start cutting into your nerves. And then you're going to start like me, I've had it for quite some time. So now it's to the point where, sometimes I have problems breathing. And sometimes I have problems talking. I slur, And I know that I'm going to be just like Stephen Hawkins. And of course, all it takes is for me to fall the wrong way and I'm a quadriplegic instantly. But now it's to the point where gradually I'm getting, worse and worse. And I got to do something positive before I go, because I'm fine. You see, I'm all right. I'm good with it. I did what I had to do. I did what God asked of me to do.
Now, do you have family around here?
No, I've outlived all my family.
Yeah, because you can contact me or put me down. I'll come down here.
Oh, no. The thing about my family, we're all drug addicts. So I outlived them. That's what kept me off drugs. They were alcoholics. And I said, no, I'm never going to do. Ooh, no. And yet I've got more drug convictions than they ever had.
Yeah, Kelvin, you mentioned marijuana earlier, and then you kind of alluded to crack.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think marijuana is a gateway drug?
No.
What made you graduate from marijuana?
I never graduated from marijuana because I was surrounded by some really, really bad behavior. I'm looking at my family members, and I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm seeing what their friends are doing. And I'm saying, no, man, I can't live that kind of life. And then I had this strong, as a young kid, my mom wanted me to be an artist. I had to give up art because, you see, I shake and I tremble, and I can't see textures and colors and hues and tints and shades anymore because I'm going blind. Mm-hmm. Everything happens to you when your spinal cord goes, I tell you. So I was more interested in doing those type things. Then I started boxing. So boxing and martial arts kept me from doing drugs, because I always was trying to stay in shape because I never knew when I had a fight. And so I never really progressed until, in the 80s. In the late 80s. That's when, here in Detroit, I began to hang out with drug addicts. And but back then, Tom, interesting thing, there were a lot of drug addicts who were auto workers, lots of them, crackheads. But they would do work every day, no problem with them. So, it was that these were gorgeous women, nice looking women, and they were addicts. And so that's what makes you progress. As in my case, I'm saying, hey, yeah, I want to hang out with you. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was fun. But nobody told me that you're going to reach that plateau and then it won't be fun anymore because you can't feel anything anymore. See, people that you see out in the street and that you interview, but you got subscribers who will think, they're out because they want to get high. No. They're trying to feel normal. You've reached the point where you just want to feel normal. So you get drugs so that you can feel like an average person. Not high and all of that, but like an average person. Because I'm telling you, it's painful when you get withdrawals and all of that stuff.
Speaking of that, you've watched the interviews I've done with.
Yes.
What am I doing right with the women, and what am I doing wrong? And what's your take on them getting clean and the reality of it?
See, well, one thing, you don't need any expectations. Don't have any expectations from any other women, you know. You have to stay objective. You don't get your feelings involved, because I'm telling you, every time you get your feelings involved with an active addiction, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, you know, because you'll realize that there will be times when the hunt for that drug supersedes anything else, even you. There will be times when you're gonna see a long gash, you know, going down one of the girls' faces or necks, and you'll know that she got in the car with the wrong person or whatever, and she almost lost her life, and it's gonna mess with you. Or you're gonna be saying, "Where is so and so? I haven't seen so and so in months. Where is she?" And it will drive you insane. So that's one thing. You have to, you got to be the objective one. The other thing too is that you can never change. Who you were when you first met that woman is who you got to always be. Whenever you see her, you can never change. Because if you waver in any kind of way, then they won't have that, I guess, fictionalized image of who you truly are. You know, you could be the father figure to them. You could remind her of her father, you know. And she would like that, because, see, when she wants to break from that drug haze, then she has a safe place that she can go in her mind, which is this person, you know. Because the people that she meet are all the worst, the scum of the earth in her eyes, because they all want to take advantage of her and get in her pants. She knows that. She knows that. So you mean nothing to her unless you either approach her as someone that she knows she can be safe with, or she will project onto you. And usually it'll be dad. My dad used to have, they'll do stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
But that just shows you that you're taking them, because, see, we're on an automatic path. It's like automatism with addicts, you know. Everything, man, is a ritual. It's a ritual. So, if you want to go to you want to find a drug house, you don't have to ask anybody. Look through the grass, because they're gonna take a shortcut, and you're gonna see a well-worn path through the grass leading straight to the drug house. And from there, you'll see that well-worn path straight to the liquor store.
Am I wrong by paying them for their interviews?
No. Because, you see, you're dealing with someone who is not trying to party and get high. They're sick. They're hurting, you know. And this gives them an opportunity, you know, because, man, do you know how the tension when you don't know where you're gonna get your next hit from? You know, it'll drive you insane. You know, it'll stress you out so badly. Well, a lot of times, these girls, when they don't have anything else, and they have, you know, swabbed their little stem for the very last time, there's nothing. There's nobody hanging out at the party stores. Down no car driving by. Now she's in a panic. Not because she want to get high, but because she knows she's finna start having bodily functions and pooping on herself and getting nauseous and vomiting, and every joint starting to hurt, for them to stand up and talk to you while they're in that type of misery. No, you're helping them a lot, because you got to understand, they've got all day and all night. They're going to get high anyway. So what is it that they're looking for by accepting an interview from you? For one thing, they know that there is somebody that's not going to try to get into their pants, that's not interested in trying to take advantage of them, and they like that. They all have places that they go. Every prostitute, crack addict, prostitute, they have a special place where they go when they just want to be regular. And that's when you'll see little girl come out of them. They'll just be, oh my God, and that's amazing. You'll be saying, wow, I never seen this side of her, And they have this, they create their own family, but they always have this little private special person that they'll go and chill. And a lot of times they won't even get high. They'll just want to go there and cook, eat, and lay in the bed and sleep for a couple of days, then they're gone again. And they, as I said, they are all sisters. They've got their own relationships that they have built. They live in a totally different world. And for someone to say, you're paying, listen, you're not paying anybody, but that shows you the ignorance of individuals who have never been in the drug culture.